Hi, y'all. It's Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings here with another video today. Uh, we're going to we're going to work on these little things here. It's a little journaling card. Uh, you could you could glue it down if you want. I wouldn't waste the lined paper back here if I was just going to glue it down. But this one I intended to like clip in or stick in somehow, be a slide in, or I don't know, a tuck. And then it has another little journaling card here that kind of matches the flow. So that one is the blue one. This one is pink. I also put the paper on the back of that one, but we don't have to. So we're going to make one of these little journaling cards. Now these are, let me get this out of the way. These are, one of them's a little bigger. This one's a little bigger than the other one. This one is about 7.5 inches by 4.5 inches. This one, like I said, it's a little shorter. And this one is 7.25 inches by about 4.5 inches. So they'll fit in my journal. Most of my journals, 6 to 9 inches is about what I stay around. So those will fit in a journal spot. This is about the size of my journaling pages, so both of these will fit very nicely in here. And then you could just paper clip this in, or just slide it in, however you want to do it. Or if you wanted to glue it and make it the focal point, because this comes out, it kind of gives you an extra can you see? Can y'all see this? Maybe? No. Maybe that's a little better. Is that a little better? Okay, we're going to go with that. All right, so let's give ourselves a try. Give these a try. And have nothing to work with now. Okay, I used some paper on these that was pretty definitely had a top and a bottom. This one doesn't, and I'm gonna give it a try because I like this sheet of paper. But we're gonna see how it works. Okay, so we're gonna just see how it works. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with 3 book pages, and I think there's 3. Yeah, 3 book pages. And I'm gonna glue these together just to kind of make it a little stronger without having to use cardstock. So one sheet of this just makes it too flimsy, and it's just not enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue stick and run it through here just in the text area, because the text is all that I'm going to be using on here. And I'm just using plain old Elmer's school glue stick. And I usually just use my glue stick for gluing the pages together, and then I'll fold it back over like it was so that it stays. And somewhere in all of this mess, there it is, I have a bone folder, and I can lay that down so that glue gets spread out really nicely and goes right to the edges, because I want to make sure the edges are sealed nice and complete. Okay, and we'll turn this over on this side. It really doesn't matter which side you choose, but if you're going to clip it in and not put journaling paper on the back, then you might be a little more aware of what it looks like on the back side. But if you're going to cover it with journaling paper, or if you're going to glue it down, then it really doesn't matter that much because you're not going to see it. So there we go. And then we'll fold that back over, put our lid on our glue stick, put that away. glue it down really nicely. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to cut this down. And the last time I used my, well, I'll go ahead and use that one again anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the white edges around and make it just on the text. And let's kind of see how that works. And then we'll do the bottom part. Okay. And of course I didn't cut it even because I moved it. Not bad. Okay, we'll throw that little piece in the trash, but these will go in the recycle bucket. Alrighty, and then we'll cut this one, turn it around and cut this one. And really the text on the page is what's kind of determining the size. You could leave a white border if you want it a a little bigger, or you could cut off a little more if you want it a little smaller. That's entirely up to you. But this size will fit in my journaling page pretty nicely. So I certainly wouldn't want it to be any bigger. So if the page and the print were bigger, then I think I would probably cut it down a little bit. But anyway, all right, so let's get our corner puncher and go ahead and punch these little rounds, because if I don't, I will forget to do it, and then there we will be. Okay, now then. And I think that I am going to go ahead and put some ink around the edges, just because I want to make sure that all of the edges of this book page are covered. There are going to be a couple of little places where the book page is going to show between, and so I want to make sure that those little spaces are covered with ink. And make sure that works pretty good there. Okay, now then, we'll put this over here for the moment, and this is our picture. Now on these others that I made them so that they come in from this side. The journaling card comes in from this side. I want to try to do this one so that the journaling card will come in from this side. So it may take a moment to think. And of course this is quite a bit bigger, so I'm going to pull this over. We're not going to get the whole flower on there because the whole flower is just too big. It's just too big. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start right up here, and I'm going to start tearing. And I am going to get a little bit of the flower, but that's part of the excitement of this particular design to me, because you're going to see a space. We're going to put this one down here on the bottom, and this is going, so we're going to go ahead and do it like we did the other one, where it comes in from this side, because I tore it the other way. No biggie problem. No problem. And then we're going to see, we're going to leave a little space in between here. And I have a little orange sponge here, and I think it'll kind of pull out the oranges in that flower. So I'm just going to kind of orange up just a little bit. I don't want it to be overpowering. I don't want it to be too much. Just a little bit to kind of help pull the orange color, see, out of our flower here. Okay. So we've got this one. We have our branch. Okay, so we're going to put that, and this is, like I said, this is going to be our pocket. So we're going to ink this up. You need to make sure that you ink this before you put it down, because it's not impossible to ink this after it's already glued down, but it is a little harder. And it's just so much easier to do if you can do it before you lay it down. You don't have to worry about the sides. You can do that when you get finished. But this piece down the center needs to be inked before you put it down if you're going to ink. Okay, so we're going to put it like that. I'm going to get my art glitter glue. And I'm sorry my bottle looks so sad and gross, but I've used it forever. I think this might be my very first bottle I ever had, and I just keep refilling it. And then we're going to glue this right down here to the edges. The edge of the bottom, the edge of the top. Make sure those are down nice and smooth. Like I said, we'll cover that up in a little bit. Let's get our rounder here and go ahead and round this off. Otherwise, like I said, I'll forget. Put that over there. And let's get our scissors and go ahead and cut this one off as well. All right, here we go. All right, so we have our pocket. Here's our little pocket. And we're going to put our flower in here. So I want this part of the flower and this part of the flower to be like together, but not together, if that makes any sense. I want this little river going down through here. So I'm going to have to kind of measure this a little bit, and we're not going to have most of the, I'll tell you what we'll do. I think we're going to go ahead and ink it, and then I'll just glue it down, and then we'll cut it off where it needs to be cut off. I think that'll be easier than trying to measure. Those of you that know me very well know I don't measure very well. Not my forte. Math was not my subject. So, okay. Now this piece is going to be glued down totally. So I'm going to put some glue around here and some glue down here. Kind of cover that in. And then we're going to make this fit right like that. Now you can decide based on your picture how much space you leave here. See, on this one, it was kind of a pointy little area, but that's how it was, so I could get my birds in there. Then this one was not quite so much, so it was able to have quite a bit bigger little river. So your picture is going to kind of dictate a little bit about, let's put a little bit of glue under that, is going to kind of dictate a little bit about how big your little gap is going to be. And you just fix it to where you like it. And we're going to turn this over and trim this off. Okay. There we go. We'll put this in our nubbin bucket. Glue this down a little bit. Wasn't real sure where it went, so didn't glue it down quite as far as it needed to be, but that's okay. We can always come back in and add a little more glue. All right, there we go. Oh, okay, so there we have our picture. We have our pocket in here. There we go. Now then, what we need to do is we've got to put a tag of, I don't know, that may be a little busy. really know about that. I don't know. That might work. That might work okay, but I want it to be, because of the way the pocket is, I want it to be a little narrower and taller. So let's try this. Let's do about 3.5 inches, and then let's cut it off at about 6. So let's see how that does. And that will work. That will work. That will work just pretty nicely. All right. So we're going to put a little piece of paper on the back, because I definitely want some journaling space on the back of this. I guess we can make it a tag. We're going to make it a tag. So let's get this little jobby, and let's make it a tag and see how that goes. That goes perfect. Now that I have little pieces going down my shirt. All right. No problem. All right. So we're going to take this and we are going to glue all the way to the side. I'm not going to try to even mark it. I'm just going to glue this all the way to the side. Go ahead and glue this all down. I'm going to put this down right here. Hold it up and make sure that's relatively even. Well, kinda, almost, not quite. If you do it pretty quick before the glue dries, you do have a chance to move it ever so slightly. Okay. There we go. And then let's burnish this down before it dries any further. Make sure that's going to work. And then we'll turn this over. We'll cut this off. There we go. Cut this little nubbin off on the end. We'll put this in the nubbin bucket. And one of these corners seem to kind of come up. Well, oh, there it is. So let's put a little more glue right there on that corner. And, okay, really don't like the way that little line is up there at the top, so I think I'm going to cut that off. It won't make that much difference in the height of the tag, but that little bitty line there just looks kind of weird to me. Looks like it doesn't quite fit. I wonder, there we go. There's my lid. Cover that back up so I can turn around and uncover it again. And then we'll ink around this. Just ink around it and ink around it. So I think most of y'all know that I recently had my second knee surgery, and I'm doing great. I'm still in physical therapy, but I'm doing great. But I did a lot of thinking while I was not able to come to my craft room. And so I did a lot of watching videos on YouTube and various and sundry things, and started making a list of things that I wanted to do when I could get back to my room. And this, that, and the other. And if y'all have seen my channel, I am really kind of caught up on this little tricky name thing where you name your videos for the day of the week, and like on Mondays you do a certain project, and on Wednesdays you do a different project. And I kind of realized that that was kind of trapping me into not really what I wanted to do. So that's going to fit in there just perfectly. Now we need some kind of something there. We have some beautiful butterflies. That would maybe work. I want a big one. I want a big old butterfly. But I don't really want a pink one. I want it to be, well, that one you can't even see. All right, so we're going to have to, you know, my bright idea to put all these in here together, and don't know how that would fit. Now that does kind of pick up the blue at the bottom. That's kind of nice. I kind of like that. Okay, so let's see about that one. Put these back in here. So anyway, I got to thinking, and I thought, you know, I'm just not that organized a person to be able to do that and pull that off. So I decided, okay, I am not going to do a special day. I'm going to do what I want to do. And if I don't feel like doing a tag on Tuesday, then maybe I'll do a pocket or a belly band or something else. Work on my journal. And so I'm not going to do the special days. And so you'll just kind of have to look at the title of the video to see exactly what it is that I'm going to do that day. And hopefully that'll work. Hopefully that'll work okay. So if it doesn't, if y'all don't like that, then please let me know, and I can look at doing something different again. But let's see. I was going to look and see if maybe, I don't know, that might work okay. I've kind of gotten into using this black gauze for some reason. I'm going to blame it on my little gothic grandson. He's gotten me into these goth things. So, my precious guy. But he is definitely a little goth. And so we'll see how that works. And pull some of these strings out and see if we can kind of position that on there. It does have some black in the butterfly, so I think that will actually look pretty nice. So let's put just a little bit of this just to hold this down until we can get something else going. Pull those little stringy bobs out. Okay. And then we start the big trying to get this off of here. Sometimes it works pretty, sometimes it works pretty good and sometimes it doesn't. So we never know. Life is like a box of chocolates. So, and then I'm going to glue this just because it's not gluing down on a solid surface, because it's got those strings under there, so we have a little bit of texture. And put that on there. There we go. I think that's going to work perfectly. I probably should have the bright glare. The gloss on this kind of irritates me a little, so I usually kind of mat it down. I don't know if that's going to stick well enough or not, but it kind of takes a little bit of that shine away. It's just a brush from the makeup store. I think I'll put a little bit more under here. See how that works. And there we go. And that's going to look really nice. I like that. Pulls the blue in from the bottom part of the deal. All right, so now let's see if we can find us a little tag of some kind. Some little flowers. Don't really know. That little flower might work, but I think I'm going to tear it. It's a little piece of vellum. Kind of tears funky, but it's kind of cool. So I'm going to kind of tear this off here as best I can. And see how that's going to work. I like that a little better. Put my trash right there. And then I know somewhere on this desk I have a package of tags or labels. So let's see what we have in here. There's a cool little butterfly. I kind of like that. Put that down there. See how we think, what we think. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we have. We need some words. What about truly outstanding? I like that. Okay. I really need to tear off a little bit. The square corner is interfering with my happy. So I gotta see if I can get some of this off of here. And it's really hard because it's right there at the edge. That kind of roughed it up a little bit. Alrighty, so then let's see here. Let's put this back over here. See if we can ink this around the edges, just so it has a little bit of definition. We can see where the boundary is. And put that right there. Okay. We can put this right there. Okay. I like that. And we'll put that right there. Okay. See if we can put this right there. And then we'll glue this on top. There we go. I like that number on there. I'm not real sure. That's going to cover that up a little bit, so we don't want to put it up there. We'll put it down here. Okay. Put that right in there. Okay. really like it down here in this corner. Okay. Then do we think we need anything else on here? I don't know. Let's try inking up the edge of this and see how it's going to look. And I decided to leave the back plain. I'm going to go ahead and ink it just in case I decide later that I want to put a journaling spot on there, or leave it and let this be the journaling spot. That would be kind of cool. And just put something maybe up on the top part of the words. You know, we could put something up here. That actually looks kind of pretty back there. But I think I'll save that for another time and make the decision then when I get ready to use this on what we want to do. Let's see if there's anything else in here. I do have some numbers, and I kind of like using numbers. That covers up our flower, though. So I think that what we're going to do is leave it as it is and not put any lace on it or anything. I don't really quite know what to think about me not putting lace on it, but I'm not. All right, so then we have our little pocket and our little tag, and then this can be slid in, it can be paper clipped in, it can have journaling on the back, it can be glued down. You could fold it and make a flip with it, or a flip this direction, whatever you want to do, and use that in your journal. So hopefully you'll make one. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you like the video, then click the like button, subscribe, and share it with everybody you know, everybody, and see if we can get some more subscribers. And I think maybe we're getting close. We still have a ways, but we're getting close to that 500 mark. Maybe we'll have a little giveaway of some kind if we get to that 500 mark. So like and subscribe. In the meantime, check out my online store at www.pinkdragonflywingswithaz.com. See what we have in there. Things are added all the time. And I'll see you next time. I'm not sure for what, but I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be creative. Bye.